Welcome to Unfiltered Discussions.
You got Nash in the building.
You got Ash in the building. Listen, you see three mics, right? But it's cool. We had a guest that didn't show, but the show must go on
All day long.
Period. So today's topic is the importance of having beneficial people around you in your immediate circle. Whether it be friendships, relationships, even down to even relationships at work. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are not useful in ways that they should be useful.
I agree.
And you have a lot of people that reap the benefits of other people, but are not able to reciprocate that. So we're gonna get into that.
Yeah. Interesting topic to say the least, because at the end of the day, when you're a resourceful person, you really don't realize how much you put out, right? Because it's just the natural thing. You hear a person in need and you just like, putting them in a direction, or you handling it yourself. And then it's not until maybe that you may need something, really small done. Because normally, when you're resourceful, you're able to handle any and everything. So it's not much when you call in a favor for something. But the minute that you do, you look around and it's like, damn. Now let me look at what's surrounding me, because I normally don't need to call in a favor now that I am, and I can't even get that done. Because you don't realize just how much you give, there's nothing putting back. And it's like, to be an individual that can't, contribute in ways like that is a little bit mind-blowing to me. Like, I can't identify with it, because if I don't know it, I'm going to figure it out, right? First of all, we have the internet, and that thing, really has, you just type in what you want, and damn, it's right there, right? And I'm going even down to, simple things. Some people aren't able to take care of simple tasks, right? As a woman, and I'm going to speak as women, because as men, I can speak to many things that men should be able to contribute, but I'm going to strictly stick to women right now when I'm speaking in this moment. As a woman, you should be able to be a secretary, a mom, a wife, make sure your home is in order, make sure you know how to cook dinner, make sure you know all your bills and things are in order, make sure the appointments are up to date. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes men are forgetful. So you gotta, they got a lot of absent-mindedness going on. So you gotta be like, babe, you got that appointment coming up. Oh, dang, man, I ain't even I forgot all about that. You know what I mean? So you are the top tier. You're keeping things in order, right? And that's, I guess, goes all the way back to, back in the day when women was homemakers and things like that. They kept the house running in order while the men go out and make the money. Yes, times have changed, and now women are in the seat of making money as well, but their duty is still there at the end of the day. And I know me as a woman, I don't pick and choose. Oh yeah, I'm out, working, and I'm, running a podcast, and I'm being a full-time mom, and I'm making sure my guy is good and things like that. That doesn't still take away the fact that all the other areas still have to be filled, right? And it's nothing. It's not as if I feel like, oh my God, my plate is full. It's normal. You know what I mean? Cooking dinner and tending to the family and making sure the clothes is washed, making sure everybody's in order is a normal task for me. Especially when, yes, I'm used to being in control. First of all, I'm the second oldest out of 6 siblings. You know what I mean? So I already had that road coming up. So it's nothing for me to make sure everybody underneath me is good, right? And not underneath me as if I'm superior, but underneath me because that's family. That's, everybody has a place at the end of the day. But a lot of people, to me, don't have resources. They don't even know where to begin, know where to start. And it's like, do we blame that on how they was raised, or where does the accountability start getting placed on the individual? Because when you don't know something, you're supposed to go figure it out. The last thing that I would want is for my guy to ever have to go to someone else for help. What would I look like?
I mean, really.
Really, what would I look like?
I mean, because it says women, we should be wearing many hats.
All day long, and that's why I'm a social worker.
We wear many hats, and it's no way that your man or your woman should be going
Mm-hmm.
outside, seeking outside sources. That's where
Mm-hmm.
lines get crossed when your man or your woman have to go to another woman, or a man, a woman got to go to another man because you're not resourceful or beneficial. And it's certain stuff that's just basic things.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the internet is so, like, everything is at your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are self-taught certain things. So a lot of the times, yes, you could blame it on the fact that, oh, I wasn't raised this way, or I wasn't told these different things, and
Mm-hmm.
things along those lines. But at some point, you have to take accountability for knowing certain things. Some of these things are basic life skills that people should know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And especially when you don't have no intellectual disability going on, or any cognitive issues happening, you should know these things as a grown adult. And I've seen a lot of people lack the basic life skills that should be taught, like even down to basic things as to filling out an application.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And there's certain basic things that you should know.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to mailing off a letter. How did you not even know that? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men want to lean towards their woman and be like, Dad, damn, babe, I need this X, Y, and Z done. Oh, you know what? I'm on it. I got you.
All day long.
Because the last thing I need is my man going outside to somebody else other than their family, or or sisters or whoever, to seek support. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Most people are put in, some people are enablers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're always used to someone handling your business, then you don't even know where to start, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, do you blame the enablers, or do you blame the person that's being enabled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it always trickle down. Either you are the baby of the family, or you may be again, females don't have an issue with helping out. But as a woman, I think that I would really feel a way if I couldn't help out, right?
Yep.
I never want to be in a position where I feel like I'm useless, right? Even if it's a task that I may not be familiar with, I'm going to find the tools to be able to accomplish what needs to be done. And that's just what it is. It's not even like a second thought about it. Like, oh, you need X, Y, and Z, then let me figure it out, right? Even if I have to get a professional involved, if it's something that's really, 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 really like out of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, there's really nothing that's out of my hands, especially when you are able to speak in a certain way to be understood. Some people think that, oh, it's screaming and hollering, that's not going to get anything accomplished, right? No, I speak and I use, because when someone's talking to me, I use my active listening skills, because I'm really trying to understand where you're coming from and what's your need of me right now, right? So if I'm going to go out and I'm trying to get something done, I'm going to pull out the best of the best, because I want results when it's all said and done. So being able to, articulate what you need and really express yourself in a way people are like, oh, okay, I got you. I got it. Because you could send two people in the building, and one of them is going to come out with the things accomplished, whereas the other one was like, oh, they said X, Y, Z, you didn't word it correctly. You know what I mean? They didn't understand what is it that you wanted when you walked in there. You know what I mean? But no, you didn't. That's not how you do that. You know what I mean? And some people just aren't, equipped to know these things. And my thing is this: I don't know if people need like life skill workshops and stuff like that, because it can be beneficial, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel like, even though I may have know a lot of different things, I don't know everything, right? I don't know everything, but you always got to keep brushing yourself up, right? Opening your mind up to new things and just learning stuff that's outside of your normal when it's all said and done, because in life you never know what path you got to walk down and what you need to put in place in order to get something done. But most people are okay with where they at, right? As far as like, oh, well, somebody else can handle it. And you know what's the saddest thing of it all? Because I'm not against anybody that receives public assistance, any kind of help. If it's out there, get it. That's what it's for, right? But you go into these type of places and people treat you exactly like you're nothing, you don't know anything. You know what I mean? And they put everybody in one big box. You know what I mean? And nobody's separated, right? Nobody's separated. And it's not until they know that you have something going on is when they treat you with some type of respect and make you feel like you're worth something, right? But if not, they treat you like, oh, she from this place, or they don't know nothing, they ain't got no education, they ain't this and they ain't that. And it's like, pause. You're in a helping position. You're here to help and assist, not to use your stereotypes or judge people off of what they may have and what they may not have. Oftentimes, a lot of people may fall on hard times. You think anybody want to say, "Dang, let me go down to the welfare office real quick"? Nobody wants to say that, right? Some people are okay with living like that because everybody don't have the same wants out of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are okay with their situations and will be in them situations for the rest of their lives, right? They don't care to see. They don't get it. If that is their picture. You know what I mean? And it's not anybody else's job to tell you that's mediocre. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different world outside of that. It's more to life than just that. But again, if this is your normal and this is where you come from, then this is all you're going to be, used to. But yeah, I just feel like at the end of the day, if you see somebody that needs some type of assistance or come to you for help and you are able to do so, educate them. Educate them. At the end of the day, this is how you do it. That way, next time you gotta ask nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Without judgment. Is it a little mind blowing at times? Yes, depending on the need, right? But then again, that's passing your own stuff on to others, and it's like, pause. Just because it didn't somebody teach you, how did you learn that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you took the initiative to learn it speaks volumes about you as an individual. Whereas though this person could have done the same thing, but they didn't. But then that goes back to mindsets. You know what I mean? Everybody's mindset is not the same. Some people would sit around and don't learn nothing all day. And it's like, they can pick up one new thing today. It could be a word. It could be a way of to do it, something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. But some people are just like lax. Like, oh, the day, now here go, what we going to do tomorrow? Wake up and do the same thing over again. And it's like, if that's not a job, you know what I mean? Because that's, of course, that's routine, that's scheduled, right? But if it's just like everyday life and you get to choose what you do, and you wake up and it's like nothing new is on the agenda.
You gotta look around because it's like, wait.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I mean, and then, you can put a battery in people's beds and, motivate them and really try to give them those resources that you have and was provided with, and they still have no passion about doing anything. They don't care about doing nothing, and the fact that you have some people that, because like that's their norm, walking into places, being aggressive, and being emotional, letting their emotions overpower their intelligence, and then they look around and wonder why people are not understanding them, and then they want to play victim and say, I'm misunderstood, nobody understands me. Of course nobody understands you, because you continue to meet aggression, you walk in places with aggression. Oh no, you're a problem. Oh, we're not dealing with their behavior. And they dismiss you they deal with you accordingly. And that's how that is. And this is important, why you can't get the resource directly. This is where your immediate circle comes into play.
All day long.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Dan, I know my man need X, Y, and Z. Let me call up my immediate circle and get the job done. Whereas though it's still not going outside of what's needed, because you have people around you that are beneficial and able to provide you with different resources and different things of that nature. And then that's the thing. A lot of people depend on those people with the resources. So then when it's not reciprocated, it's like, dang, like I thought this person knew this, but actually in reality they really don't. But some people need to speak up and say, dang, I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to educate myself. Yes, I don't know. Yes, I should have taken this into take accountability and say I don't know these things, but I'm willing to learn. But some people may be ashamed of these different things when it comes down to different resources and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And no, we're not saying use people because they're resourceful, but everybody needs somebody at the end of the day.
All day long.
So you can't walk around on this high horse thinking that you don't need somebody. You might be the most resourceful person in the world, but you're going to need somebody to do something for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not talking about those people that's jumping and doing things that they have no knowledge or know. You know what I'm saying?
Or the I got it, and you don't have a clue as to what you got. It's like, calm down.
It's crumbling.
And stop inserting yourself in things that's not your lane. You have people that jump out there and then they get in the world and they like, oh my God, like what did I get myself into?
Relax.
You put the horse in, you know, the carriage in front of the horse, and this is the end result for you because you knew that you didn't, but pick me, I know it. They needed me. You see what I did. I'm going to be the one to get it done.
And now you're the crash dummy.
Yeah, you don't know it. So why do it just to say that I did that? You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing. Like, you gotta know your lane. Like, everybody don't operate the same. Everybody don't know the same things. Some people may do the same thing, and some people are good at it, while others is, you're okay, but you're not her. You're not him. At the end of the day, and it's okay. Listen. When it comes down to editing and all of this stuff, that's your thing. That's not my lane. I don't pretend I'm not getting in it. I don't want no parts of it. You understand? No, that's real talk.
Yeah.
You understand? But when it comes down to, you know, the pictures and getting the guests on and, you know what I mean? And putting up that's all my work, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not your thing. You know, I'm more like, let me talk to, you know, let me talk to the people, whatever.
Yeah.
That's not your lane, and that's cool. And that's the balance of it all, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm cool with that because I don't want to do nothing. First, I'm not going to do anything that I don't want to do. That's first and foremost. It's not going to happen. You know, my heart ain't in it. I ain't doing it. But you know, people just gotta understand that it's never too late to learn anything. Like, I don't care. I would like to learn things that I don't know, you know, all day long. And I'm going to ask, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to observe, you know. Some people are afraid to say, oh yeah, such and such, you know, taught me that. Or, you know, yeah, I was inspired when you did X, Y, and Z, because although I never spoke on that, I was thinking about that, and I would have leaned towards that way, but I really didn't have the proper tools to really figure it out, and I didn't know which avenue to take. But once you did that, it really sparked it off for me, and it's now to make sense. You know what I mean? But again, most people, like you said, are afraid to admit, I don't know that.
Yeah.
The pride, the ego, the I'm too old. When it's really age, learning and things doesn't have an age limit on it. You know what I mean?
It's limitless.
You learn from the day that you come up out the womb, right? You get the survival skills. You know what I mean? Everything is in steps in life. So again, you have to be able to open yourself up to learn and be able to be that vessel. You have to be that vessel where it's needed. Because again, you go ahead and you don't have these things that your spouse, you know, your man or your woman need, and now they on Keisha phone, Malika phone, you know what I mean, Joe phone, you know, Rob phone, and now you looking around, and now it's going to turn into a little bit of something else because I can always call on her, I can always call on him because they come through, and now they over top of you a little bit, and not intentionally, just naturally, you know what I mean, because and then such as someone asks you a question like, oh, you know, who can you call on? And then you got to think in your head, and you're like, well, I call such and such for this. And it's like, well, is that the person that you sleep with every night? Is that the person that you love so much? I didn't hear you mention that person. Why is that? You know what? I never even thought about it that way. Because I never really, you know, I'm always used to going to what you call me for it, that I didn't even think how much that my significant other, you know, couldn't help me out in those ways. Hey, now you got my wheels spinning. You know what I mean? And it's not to say to leave the person that you're with or anything like that. I'm not going to tell anybody to do things like that. But it's to open up your mind. You know, because in life you always want to be leveling up. You never want to be stagnant in anything. I don't care what it is, right? If you see something that requires change, put in the work to change it. whether it's your attitude, whether it's your skill set, whether it's just how you interact with individuals, whatever it is, everybody knows what they need to work on. Some people call you on your BS, and they should. And if you're open to constructive criticism, you can take it one, like, damn, you know what, I need to look at it like that. You're right.
That's the accountability
Yeah,
piece
let me
right
get
there.
myself together. And creating that self-awareness, right? At a certain age, you have to have self-awareness. You have to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, then you're going to have a million people telling you who you are.
And you don't want that. That's the last thing you want at the end of the day.
Yeah, not at all.
And that's another thing. When somebody don't know something, they act like they do, it's definitely going to show up.
All day long.
You have a lot of people that might know a little sprinkle or something and start talking and acting like they know. And you look at them, I'm like, wait, that is not how they get it.
That's the funniest of them.
No. And some people just look at you like
some
they're
people got the
crazy.
gift to gab, though.
Yep. They look at you and be like, that ain't that.
No, the funniest thing is letting them go on. And
Yeah.
know damn well that's not that. And then they just go on and you just like.
And you put your arm up and be like,
for real.
oh.
And then what else happened after that?
Mm-mm-mm.
Now you know I let you go on there. You know you playing with me, right?
And you had them individuals. You be like, this motherfucker know he don't know that.
Yeah,
You know
but it's
damn
just
well.
funny, and it's like, and they speak with such conviction, and it's like,
And ease, as if and it's flowing off the tip of their tongue, and they saying this and that, but nothing is. It's no correlation. It's nothing. It's what's happening.
No.
I'm not gathering what's happening here.
it's not. I just, my whole thing is this. I just want people to be able to be in a space that they're comfortable with who they are, right? But at the same time growing, at the same time learning, at the same time being vulnerable in situations, because most of the time as human beings we don't know how to do that, right? We would hate for a person to think what we don't know. And it's like, so what? Everybody that knows something at one point in time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Boss up. Come on, get your levels up. Like, surround yourself with people that you know can teach you something.
Mm-hmm.
And then stop being jealous. Like, I can't stand a jealous individual at the end of the day. Like, oh yeah, learn from her. Learn from her. Like, you don't need to hate on anybody. Learn from the people.
And as
I said, why does she do this or how does she do that? Because I'm me.
And if you want to know,
And I put in the work to get what I want. At the end of the day, I sacrificed. You know what I mean? Anything I say I want, I get. And that's just what it is. I don't care if it's a thing or a person. If I want it, I'm getting it. Ain't a doubt in my mind. You understand that?
Person, place, or thing. You know what that means, right?
And that's not even being cocky. That's what I know about me at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's just how I move as a person. Because I'm gonna put that work in. Like, and that's just what it is. I don't care about no easy routes. I appreciate the struggle because I can appreciate the bigger picture once I receive it.
But
right?
that's the part right there, because people who didn't work for anything have this sense of entitlement and think that things are supposed to be given to them, and that's just not how we go. And if you're inspired by somebody or you like what somebody, oh, I like that bag, oh yeah, bitch, I'm gonna copy that, I like it, I want it, thank you. Most people will secretly go and cop and do certain things and be hateful and
then you
envious of
see them
people.
and then they like got the same thing.
But they're in
Which is
competition
cool,
though. That's the
right?
thing. They be trying to low key competition.
You know how many chicks I compliment?
It's not
If
taking
your
away.
hair is cute, your shoe cute, your bag cute, I don't give it. I like that. You look cute. I like that. That color is all that combination. I really like that. And they be like a little oh, thank you. So yeah, I like it. I'm gonna speak on it. If I observe something that I like, I'm gonna say it to you.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt me none. I'm solid on who I am at the end of the day. I know who I am. I know where I'm going and all that. Like, and that's just what it is. I'm not gonna look you in your face and think in my brain that that's cute immediately as soon as it enters my mind. That color shirt is cute. Oh, I love those shoes. Oh, that bag is nice. I love your hair.
But that's the thing. A lot of females have their own insecurities and they feel like they taken away from themselves by giving another woman a compliment. When you're confident in who you are,
absolutely.
Oh damn, I likes that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are not able to do that because they're so concerned about what other people think. Are you all No, it's not being Joe. It's being an adult and being a woman and just saying what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where the behaviors that I can't identify with. But I feel like, and then when it comes down to the men, men, you gotta be able. I know everybody not a mechanic or nothing like that. No, seriously, and I don't expect men to, like, some men are good with their finances, right? Mm-hmm. Their finances. I'm not saying as far as, like, they're good at, like, pouring the money into the household and, allowing a woman to put the money where it needs to be, right? Which is cool because, again, we all have a role, right? But when you are a single man, then it's your job to make sure you're up on everything, because what if your wife gets sick? What if your woman, fall on hard times and she's just not in a mental space and an emotional space to take on the role of everything, and she needs you to step in for a second? You can't drop the ball. Mm-hmm. Life still goes on, things are still going on, so you got to be able to know it, even though you ain't got to do it all the time, because she's going to make sure the job is done. I mean, she isn't me. I'm going to make sure the job is done, but still know your stuff as well. You know what I mean? Even if you can't fix the daggone flat tire, at least get out there and try. I mean, that ain't my man Lane, girl, but he tried. He get an A+ for effort.
Well, he know the mechanic. Well, come out here,
but he's resourceful, so he's going to put that
part right there
in, and the job is completed. Because I can respect that.
Now,
that's a turn on within itself. Oh, he gonna make sure that's.
But people get it misconstrued where they think being resourceful is you doing the job yourself. No. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got the boy. He gonna come through, and that's just what it is. That's how resources work.
The job is completed at the end of the day.
My coffee.
And that's just that, because again, like I said, we all have a role. We all have things to fulfill. And we're never too old to learn anything. Even down to when I was in college classes, and I thought it was so dope to see people, older than me still pursuing their dreams and things, right? And, people always like to put an age limit on things and say, oh, you're too old. What is too old? You're only as old as you feel. You have some people that go out and work out, and some people that's really in tune to their healthy eating and really being, aware of the things that they're indulging in and stuff like that, and not even letting that stress them, so stuff is just rolling off their shoulders, and it's like, damn, you look good, thank you. And then really, honestly, because when you're in a good space, you're glowing, you moving different, it's like you just like floating through life or whatever, it's nothing bothering you, and that's a damn, what a feeling, because people really fight to get in that space in life, right? But when you're there and you know what that feel like, you'll do anything to keep that, right? You won't let anything interfere with it. You don't allow nothing, and I mean nothing to no one. If you have to do some removing, remove them. You know what I mean? And that's anybody. I don't give a damn who you are. Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
And you cause me any type of
friction.
I'm cool. Both of you, right? So y'all gotta be able to get out there and live your life, right? Be resourceful. Never be the dang, I don't know person. Learn it. Learn. So
I don't know what I'm gonna find out.
You don't have to feel this big when it comes a time when someone is calling you in need. Or be honest and say, listen, I wish I could help you with that, but that ain't even my lane.
Well, I got somebody for you though for that.
But now that I think about it, you can call Ash up real quick, because she can do X, Y, and Z. Because girl, I'm honest, that ain't my thing. That ain't what I do. You know what I mean? And that's just that. Give credit where credit is due. Tell people the raw, honest truth. Like, because people can respect that. I mean, I can respect that. And then always know who you're surrounded by. You get snakes in your inner circle, but once you weed that out and you got solid, like, resourceful people around you, because you'll know who, what, and what. Oh, she for this, that's for that. Oh, okay, cool. Bam, we solid. That way, it doesn't cost you a quarter or a couple hundreds to get it done because the people in your inner circle could do it for you. You know what I mean? One hand washes the other. Like, as she has tell, but that's true. Oh yeah, you did that, oh girl, because I can handle this part. Oh, you did that, oh yeah, she got that over there. Oh yeah, he could do that. And then it's all, everything is that way that the money stays in your pockets. You know what I mean? Everything is just going around in the circle where it belongs. And never be afraid to be able to bring somebody else in if need be, right? And I'm not saying like in your personal situation, you gotta know how to separate certain things because there's levels to everything. Whether it's on the business side of things, whether it's on the, oh, you know, I'm strictly deal with them, you know, for the marketing side of things. Or I'm strictly deal with them, you know, we do yoga and stuff together, girl, you know, she good for that. But, you know, when it comes down to my, like, personal business, that ain't what it is. You know what I mean? You know how I do with that, right? So you gotta know who you're surrounded by and what they bring to the table. Because everybody got to bring, I don't want nobody sitting at my table and ain't got nothing going on. I didn't got to you. I didn't say anything. What's happening here?
Yeah, I don't see nothing going there. Where's the plate? I don't see it.
I don't know. And most of us that's at the table brings the table and everything that belongs in the table, right? And there may be a few little, like, things missing. And that's where your circle comes in because everybody got their own table. You pulled up the table, I pulled up the table, she pulled up the table, he pulled up the table.
Now we got a full
We're going
course
to go ahead
meal
and
here.
pull them all together. Because again, when you're resourceful and you know where you're going and what you got, it's cool. It's okay to sit with other people that got their own table. You don't want to make nobody else feel, oh, now you got a table too. You can't come over here. Why not? Don't you got your own table, allegedly? Then let them pull their table up together.
But they be the ones that can't sit, be like, oh, they can't. You ain't got nothing going on for me to want to sit there.
Yeah, certain tables you don't want to sit at.
No.
It ain't even worth it. And that's another, you got to be able to know what table you're sitting at or what table you're creating, right? You don't want no bad vibes, no bad energies, no
the negativity is
you know,
the
none
thing.
of that, none of that. So you're building that resourceful circle and knowing who you're bringing in. You got to know the players that you're dealing with. Nobody's perfect at the end of the day, but you got to know what they bring. What's their purpose? What's your purpose? Oh, okay. Oh, and everybody gonna know who you are already. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, so this is not like, because this is unfiltered discussions, you know. So no, we're not going to sugarcoat it. We're not going to, you know, BS around the topics here. We're just going to shoot it straight, and it's always from experience. It's never from, oh, let's just go talk about this. No. Obviously, we have experiences in this department. That's why we're speaking on it. You know what I mean? And it's seen too often. And I want everybody to be bossed up. You know what I mean? Do you. Do whatever you got to do. That way you ain't got to sit nobody to say, girl, you gonna get down on nothing, girl. That's the last thing you would want somebody to say about you.
And it's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. Shame on you.
So get out there. Learn what's best for you. Learn what you need to know. Pick up a new hobby. That way, I might not be like on the like business side of things, but I could contribute this way. You know what I mean? Have something. That way you could say I bring some, might not bring what you bring, but that's what makes me me. I'm unique. You know what I mean? Because we all are our own person. We all got certain things to bring. And that's the beauty of being you. Nobody could be you but you at the end of the day, right? So you listen, we done gave it to y'all, rolling uncut, the unfiltered way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that. And this is Nash signing off.
Oh, and this is Ash signing off.
Bye-bye.